Welcome to the Medellin podcast. It's episode 12.
12.
Today we're going to be drinking some Jägermeister. And what else are we drinking?
We got some of that good old BBC, and not the type of BBC you guys are thinking. This is Bogota Beer Company.
And Apostle. And today,
we have
straight from Seoul, South Korea. We flew in.
Flew in just for the show.
Just for the show. Brandon
Sangmin, I'm here. Seoul.
Taught him everything he knows.
Yes, it's episode 12 of the Medellin podcast. We are here with Brandon.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm
How you
Brandon.
doing?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, as usual. And as you guys know, if you've been watching the show, we drink during the podcast.
Yep.
When you hear the alarm, Brandon, we got to take a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And today, what are we drinking, Joel?
I fuck the name up all the time. I say Jager, but it's Jägermeister. Jägermeister. This is actually the second episode that we're doing this combo of Jägermeister and beer. And today, once again, we're supporting the big guys. We usually support the little guys.
Yeah, this is a bigger
we're supporting
brewery.
the big little guys. The BBC, Bogota Beer Company, and we've got, what is this one? Apostle.
Apostle's actually brewed here, I believe, in Sabaneta.
Yeah.
And you can actually do a tour of their. Have you ever been on that tour?
No, I haven't been on that tour.
Yeah, you can
Have you been on that tour?
No.
Yeah, you could do a tour of their facility. I've done the Tres Cordilleras one, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I did it too, yeah.
But this one, they actually give you like sample cured meats that go along, and cheese that go along with
Non-vegan.
different beer. Yeah.
That's not. He's vegan now, so he can't appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I still appreciate it.
Okay.
I just drink the beer. So, Brandon, tell us about yourself.
I'm Brandon. I live here in Medellin. I go by Brandon, but my real name is Sangmin, which is Korean.
Say it again.
Sangmin.
Sang with the G.
Yeah, with the
Sang-
NG, S-A-N-G, Sangmin.
Sangmin.
That's my
Sangmin.
name, which means we all are like heaven. So
Wow.
it has a
Your
meaning.
name means we're all like
We're all
heaven.
like heaven.
Yeah, right.
What does Andrew and Joel mean?
Nothing.
Dumbass shit.
That's how like Korean
Yeah.
names are. Like mostly they have like meanings. Right?
That's
Okay.
awesome, man.
So that's my name. I'm running a restaurant.
Okay.
Running a restaurant here. I recently opened a new one in Poblado. And I'm making music here. I'm a DJ. And that's who I am.
Yeah, and when did you first come here? Did you visit or how did you end up to Medellin?
Actually, I was backpacking for 2
Okay.
years. I started from like Asia and then went to Europe, Africa, the States, and then South America.
Okay.
And then after like 2 years, I felt like kind of like tired, exhausted.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Korea.
Korea,
like,
but where were you before Medellin?
I was in Cuba.
Okay.
And from there I finished my backpacking, and then I decided to come back to Medellin,
Okay.
and then give a try for a new life, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I started. I came here with a backpack,
Oh.
and
Like me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everybody, I guess, right?
Most people,
Like
yeah.
most people. So that's how I started, and I wanted to open a Korean barbecue restaurant.
Why, is that something you did at home, or where did you
No,
go?
it's because actually when I was traveling, I felt like Colombian food, I like it, which I like, but I saw a lot of like opportunities, like potential opportunities as like food or restaurant business. So I started practicing cooking, and then I was thinking a lot of people here consume a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Why not Korean barbecue? So something different. That's how I started.
That's how you started.
Yeah.
And why is your English so good?
I learned English when I was young in Korea. I'm 100% Korean. But when I was like 5 years old, when I started learning Korean
Yeah.
in Korea, I had a Canadian tutor.
Okay.
So I don't know why at that time my mom wanted me to speak English, which I really appreciate.
Good on her. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I started learning English, and then I got into American culture, the USA, right?
Yeah.
And I was into like series, like dramas and
Yeah.
stuff. And when I grew up, I was like very into American like hip hop music, right?
Oh, awesome.
So
Cheers to that, man.
Cheers to
Motherfucker.
that.
Cheers,
Yeah. We got three of them. We got something that we're all started. That's the shit right there. Okay, cool. I'm supposed to drink.
So yeah, that's how I. Is this the
Time
hour?
to
That's fast. I guess
do
we
shots.
First shot of Yager.
Okay.
Let's see how quickly this conversation
Alright,
will
cool.
degrade.
Oh. But how often does the alarm?
About every 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it gets deep. We just keep on going. I'll do the pouring. We just keep on
Don't worry.
talking through.
Alright.
So
It really just depends on how drunk I want to get you guys.
That's true.
Alright,
Soph's
alright.
got control.
I don't know if you want to see a Korean guy
Yeah,
drunk.
no, I've heard stories of Korean guys and drinking. I've had friends in
We
Toronto.
drink a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I have Korean friends in Toronto. Some of my closest friends are from Korea. And they talk about when they go back home, or when they go out to party, and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
the parties get fucking crazy, and how they sit around and it's just drink after drink after drink after drink. And I'm like, shit, like that goes against the stereotype, because a lot of people think that they're like, oh yeah, Asian people can't drink because of whatever allergy to alcohol, and they turn red and this and that, they can't drink. And then for some reason, the Korean culture is totally different. Like you can't compare it to like the Chinese drinking. It's so
different.
ballgame.
Yeah, it's different. Actually, there's a Korean liquor called soju.
Yep.
Which is, I don't know this year, but it was normally the second most like sold liquor
In the world? Yeah,
because
right.
that's how we have Jaeger, we have like vodkas and
Right.
stuff, but it's like I would say 90% of Koreans would drink just soju.
Soju is like the Korean aguardiente, basically.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Korean aguardiente, which we start from dinner and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
just
And you serve it at the
fucked up,
restaurant?
yeah.
Do you have it at the restaurant?
Yeah, we have it.
Who
I have
imports it? You have to bring that in, or there's people
I have
that...
an agency in Bogota, and
Okay.
they import it and then they send it to
Wow,
Medellin. Yeah.
that's interesting. So obviously things are going well, because I know you have your first restaurant is in Laureles, right?
And
Yeah.
called
What's
Oppa.
the name? Yeah.
Yeah, Oppa.
Oppa. And what does Oppa mean?
I don't know if you know the song called Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oppa.
Oppa
Oppa.
Gangnam
That's
Style.
what-
Yeah,
And
exactly.
what does Oppa mean?
So Oppa is in my country. It's all about age actually.
Okay.
So like amigos, like friends, it's in between, like the same age, right?
Okay.
So if you and me, like here, we could be friends.
Yeah.
In my country, even though we are friends, but I would call you different because maybe you're older
Or respecting.
younger. Yeah,
Or
just-
respect
so
or age
Oppa
different.
is a word which a younger female would call an elder male.
Oh, really?
So that guy, the fat guy, the,
Yeah,
the singer,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm
Sai.
Oppa. Call me Sai.
Oh, like
exactly.
show me some respect.
Yeah, call me Oppa.
Dang.
You know, like
Yo, you
that.
guys call me Oppa from now on. I'm your motherfucking Oppa.
Cheers to Oppa.
To Oppa.
Cheers to Oppa.
Jesus
All right.
Christ, this is already,
So-
I've learned more from this than most podcasts already, other than Alan's.
So yeah, that's how I named the restaurant, because actually OPPA, which is Oppa in Korean,
Yeah.
English you would read it as Oppa, right?
Right.
Oppa,
In Spanish, I'm pretty sure it says
Oppa,
Oppa.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Universal.
The same, it's
Yeah, it's pretty
exactly.
universal.
Sometimes the pronunciation kind of changes.
Yeah.
But Oppa, which is a simple word, just it's the same.
That's
So-
amazing.
so
That's
I
pretty.
just
That's
chose
good.
that.
That's good foresight, man. Because I know some people probably come here and name their business, and no one here can really say it, and it sounds all like messed up. I can't think of some on the spot right now, but I'm sure. Like for example, YouTube here. How would somebody, Felipe? How does somebody here say like YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube. I've heard YouTube. I've literally heard YouTube.
Exactly, like Google a lot.
Yeah.
Like even my workers are
Google it. Google
Google
it.
it.
Google
Exactly,
it, yeah,
Google it.
yeah.
Like,
My personal favorite is the Adobe software.
Yeah.
Because no one in this city pronounces it right.
Yeah, what do they say?
Adobe.
A duff. I love it.
Adobe, which
Adobe.
means to season meat.
Yeah.
No, but the best,
yeah.
my favorite is WhatsApp. It's
WhatsApp?
It's
No. My
WhatsApp.
all-time
Mándame un
favorite
WhatsAppazo.
is, so the owner of the
WhatsAppazo.
coffee, I don't know, have you had coffee downstairs at Ihamia? The
No,
coffee
no,
shop?
no.
You should sometime.
All
Best
right,
coffee.
I'll check it out.
I think it's not just because we're above them, but I like their like the flat whites and stuff, but the owner's name is Sean.
okay.
And no one can say Sean. So he gets chom, chump, chung. And the best was, I'm over at my barber, God bless his soul, he might watch this, and I'm getting lined up, and they've got like the hot towel on my face, and he takes this razor blade, he's lining up my lip here, and he goes, yeah, you're always over there at Ihamia. Yeah, and you drink the cold coffee. I'm like, yeah, He's like, sí, especialidad de Johnson. and I'm like going like this, and he means Sean, but he heard Sean in his head. It's Johnson, so now we call him Johnson.
Okay.
We call him Nitro Johnson because of his Nitro Brew, so we
Okay.
call him Nitro Johnson.
That's
Yeah.
his,
True story.
That's his
man.
American Gladiator name.
Oh yeah.
And our favorite, which is Shiv, which was a guest on the podcast.
Shivam.
No one, Chip.
He's
Chip. They call him Chip.
Chip.
Chip. And so it's, I mean, like naming your restaurant and preparing for people to fuck it up, and you
No.
did a great job on
So
that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like you know, like, it's got to be easy, and so I was thinking, and I'm pretty sure in Spanish there's a word here they call like epa,
Yeah,
you know,
epa,
like,
epa,
let's
epa,
go
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
So okay, sounds kind of
Sounds
similar.
kind of
Maybe why
similar,
not?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
I think
how
the
I wrote it.
Greeks use that too when they break a glass or something in a restaurant. What do they say? They say Oppa. Yeah,
I think they say
Oppa.
Oppa,
They
yeah.
drop a glass,
Yeah.
or when they do saganaki and they light up the cheese, they say Oppa.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They do say Oppa.
All right, I guess it's positive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So your first restaurant is in Laureles. Is that near Segundo or Primer
Oh,
Parque?
it's near the Primer Parque.
Primer Parque.
Yeah,
So that's like
like a block away from the first park.
yeah, and near UPB, the university.
Yeah, more or less. It's walking distance.
Okay.
So.
I think we're gonna get into business in a sec, and I think there's a whole lot of business questions because I'm sure there's other
Yeah.
people who have pipe dreams of opening a restaurant.
Okay.
Anywhere,
It's
really.
interesting that you said that you started to cook a lot to learn how to cook. It sounds like, or learn to cook better. That's an amazing way to do it. It's not something that people usually like. Oh yeah, I don't know how to cook. I'm just gonna teach myself to cook and open this restaurant. That sounds like something different. But my thing is, here's what I'm curious about, man. Like, what is it like being an Asian dude? And you're the first Asian person, big up,
All right.
on this show, and hopefully not the last. So I've always wondered. I traveled. I did backpacked with an Asian dude also.
Okay.
Viet background, and he used to tell me what girls used to say and people used to say and whatever about him. What's it like for you to be an Asian guy in Medellin?
Being an Asian guy, actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of like Colombians or people here, they call Asians chino.
Chino, yeah.
Which is Chinese, literally, right? But they just call Asians chino.
Yeah.
I do understand it. It's because
100%.
it's- right?
Yeah.
Like it's so far away.
100%.
If you're a foreigner, if you're not a chino, then you're a gringo.
Yes.
No matter
Right.
And
where.
you saw Felipe on his Facebook. He promoted. He said, "Today we're gonna have our first chino."
Okay.
And he was talking about you.
No,
So
it's not even like
Yeah,
offensive
yeah, I know
anymore.
it's not.
It never been.
Yeah.
Being an Asian, like personally, I do like it because I'm like one of the few, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I like to be special always. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can actually, I think I can provide context for why that is. It's because ever since I have memory, the only Oriental, and I know that's like a
Politically
sensitive
correct,
word
you're not- yeah.
now.
It's not a sensitive show. Don't worry.
Anyways, but the only type of food of that descent was forever Chinese rice.
Yeah.
And
Arroz
there's-
chino. Yeah.
Yeah, arroz chino. And so, and there's 1 in 1,000 arroz chino stalls in Medellin. So that's why every single time you see.
Yeah. True.
And because a lot of people that are from like Bogota and places like that also have like sesgated eyes. So they also call them chinos. That's
Yeah.
why we call here friends like parce, but in Bogota they call themselves like chino.
Chino.
Oh, really?
And it comes from that because a lot of people from that region have like like
Small
squinted eyes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I know that they, for example, my parents would call us as kids. They said chino.
Okay, but
And
you didn't know why.
And I didn't know why. It was just like a word for kid.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I did. Me neither. Like, just thought like a lot of people just use chino. Maybe it's because like
group.
Bruce Lee, whatever. A lot of if I walk on the streets, a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of people
Are
just call me,
probably gonna
hey,
say.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, they
Bruce
say
Lee,
straight
right?
up,
Like,
straight up.
all right, cool. And
No, man, I grew. I mean, I've lived in a lot of different places, and I spent considerable amount of time in the Caribbean. And if anybody from the Caribbean is watching this, they say Chinese man. So they'll say like Jamaicans, or even people in the UK, they'll say China man. Doesn't matter where the person's from. In Guyana and Trinidad, they'll say Chinese man,
Chinese
like that Chinese man. And then the UK they'll with the China man, and it's they just lump everybody in.
Right.
Indian's Indian. They don't care if you're from Pakistan.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not necessarily an insult. They just grouping you really
Yeah,
quickly.
Yeah,
into
it's
the-
just a way of like calling. It's just like,
making it easier, I guess, to identify
So,
someone.
I mean, like I'm used to it.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
But people don't run up to you and like, I mean, in Mexico, when I first went to Mexico, when I used to go to Mexico, one of the things I loved being different in Mexico. A lot of black people never used to travel outside of Cancun. So when I backpacked around Mexico, and back then, before I did my operation, I had wild fucking hair.
Your
I had
your eye operation or what?
the hair operation. Before I permanently took off the hair. Like people, I remember I was in Teotihuacan in the pyramids in Mexico.
Yeah.
And man, I had a group of like 16 people come up to me. And I thought they wanted me to take a photo of their group. All 16 of them pulled out cameras and took photos of me with one girl. I was in, similarly, I traveled with my dad the first time to Mexico. And he was like, yo, I sat down with Dad. Shit gets a little fucked up with me. He's like, wait, what? Seconds later, a whole table of people came over. They looked over and they like sent me a beer. I said, come on over here. Come over. They had a girl waiting for me. My dad's standing there and they start going like this. She like you. I'm like, yeah. They start going like this. Kiss in front of my father.
Shot on that note.
I'll pour it.
All right.
Yeah, but so for you as an Asian guy here, man.
I mean that
like,
happened exactly.
Yeah.
That happened a lot. Like even in my restaurant, you know, I'm just the chef and the owner of the restaurant. But a lot of people come here and just like want to take
That's
a
pretty
photo,
awesome though.
Take a photo,
and which I enjoy and I really
Yeah.
appreciate them because it's something being special like in a lot of like aspects feel great. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Of
something
course.
unique and stuff. So
Yeah, it was kind of the same thing. I grew up near LA, and everyone knows that Southern California is mostly the Hispanic population there are Mexican. So I'm Colombian, but everyone would say that I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
And I think growing up, it would bother me, and I would try to inform people. But as I got older, I'm like, why am I making myself stressed out about something that I can't control? So I just embraced it. I mean, I love Mexican people. I love Mexican culture. And I literally, before I got here 9 years ago, I was to the point where someone would be like, "Oh, you're Mexican." I'm like, yeah, I'm from Guadalajara.
yeah, me too. I did the same thing. I said, "Oh, Chino, yeah." But
Hong Kong represent.
represent.
Put on a Hong Kong t-shirt. Roll out, step out of the Hong
So,
Kong.
but like,
Why not?
I mean, to me, like, it's more like it motivates me actually. Like, the more the people they call me Chino.
Yeah.
I just want to show them that it's. I mean, I know that it's a way of a friendly way,
Yeah,
whatever,
right.
you know. But just wanted to let them know that there's a Korean as well. So
Exactly.
that,
Right.
Where are you from? De donde eres?
But
you
I
know,
think
like,
now
so-
Korea has gotten more, obviously because of K-pop.
Yeah, the
and,
K-pop,
and the
yeah.
soccer.
Which, by the way,
too.
he's the biggest K-pop fan in the motherfucking world, man. This guy's
Oh,
yeah,
really?
you gotta talk to this man, right? Don't look down and stuff. Yeah, put that
K-pop
mic-
fan?
He loves some K-pop.
Sure.
No, all right. Wait. Let's deal with this right now because we have a Korean person on the show. Are you a K-pop fan? Yes or no?
I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, what about
But where did this- wait,
K
no,
music?
no.
I like Japanese rock.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, that's different.
J-pop.
All right, that's that.
J-pop. J-pop.
J-pop,
So, see-
J-rock.
See,
Okay.
it's like grouping
Alright.
chinos
Yeah.
all into one fucking thing. J-pop. Sorry, I won't ever say K-pop
All
again.
right,
Fuck.
all right.
I actually
all right.
watched that Netflix. I don't know if you guys seen it. Explained.
Explained, yeah.
And they have a whole episode on K-pop and
really?
and that phenomenon, which is pretty interesting because obviously the government controlled a lot of the music and
Oh, yeah,
media
yeah,
coming out, and then
Uh-huh.
once that kind of went away, this whole explosion of like kind of boy bands, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
They're basically like the new wave of the Backstreet Boys.
Right.
Yeah,
Singing
yeah.
Things
But
like
on
that.
an international level?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
Like, there's
yeah.
a group
They'll
called
sell
BTS.
out in the United States.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
those guys are huge.
BTS. Like,
BTS, yeah.
So
They have like 15 members or something like
No,
that.
they actually, I don't know, like 7 or
Yeah.
something like that. But it's exactly as in the Netflix series.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's more of like the country wise,
Yeah.
like the Korea, the government.
Yeah.
They want to really market this culture, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of work.
But they're doing a great job. They're doing a great
yeah,
job.
like I mean,
Yeah.
like I see a lot of I have a lot of customers.
Yeah.
Like today as well for lunch. Like at lunch in my restaurant in Poblado, there were two girls like, oh, we love K-pop. You know, can I
We
take a
love
photo with you?
K-pop. Can I take a photo?
You
Like,
actually
to
look
that.
like one of the
Not
K-pop.
K-pop,
Cheers to
right?
that.
One of the K-pop guys.
Yo, wait.
Like, K-pop, they don't have mustache.
Yeah. Yo, man.
All right. Well,
But wait. What are your family? I mean, By the way, I'm gonna come back to it. You know what sucks about being Andrew and being grouped into the
There's
whole
a lot of things
Yeah.
that
the
suck
whole
about me.
Mexico thing is that, if I go to a certain country, like, oh, black guy, photo, basketball player, rapper,
Jordan.
K-pop, Michael Jordan, whatever. I used to be called all sorts of Tupac. I used to be called, when I had my hair, was called Kobe. I had a whole bunch of crazy names.
Okay.
I don't know who says, man, I really want to take a photo with a Mexican.
Yeah, no,
Like, nobody wants to take a photo
nobody
with a
wants to
Mexican.
take a picture with me.
That's sad,
Ever.
man.
That
That's
is-
really
that is-
sad,
that is-
man.
Yeah, only the police when they arrest me.
Yo, we gotta make Mexico great again,
Yeah.
man. We gotta make Mexico.
I love
great.
Mexico.
Yeah.
No, I love
I've
Mexico
been
too.
there.
We're
Me
going
too.
there in a few
Yeah,
days.
we're going
Yo,
there.
so what do your friends and family think? And I'm sure they've probably visited you, but before they visited you,
Okay.
what did they think?
Oh, actually, it's too far away, so they didn't have chance to visit me.
Okay.
But first, when I quit my job, my career was in IT industry. I was doing sales and marketing.
Okay.
In a big company in Korea. And when I quit, I just told them I'm gonna travel for 4 months
Okay.
and then come back. But then I already made a decision to travel for a year, right?
Oh, wow.
But then it's already been like 2 years
Yeah, yeah.
backpacking, and then they kind of like gave up.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I told them, okay, I finished my backpacking, so are you coming back? I said, no, I'm going back to Medellin.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I want to just like challenge myself, you
Yeah.
know, see what I can do.
Wow.
They're like, Colombia, you know, like
Yeah,
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 those
yeah.
because
stereotypes.
as
Yeah.
like people here, like chino for us, like Colombia is maybe like soccer,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
things like that.
Cocaine.
Maybe,
Narcos.
yeah. So they're like, oh, is it dangerous? South America in general, right?
Right. Of
course.
Is it dangerous? Like, what are you doing there? Blah, blah, blah. So, but now at the moment, after opening the second restaurant, they're kind of like supporting me.
But they
Right,
haven't
right.
visited yet.
Still no, but that's
But,
my
but
plan
is that
next year.
because it's far, or is it because
It's
they're like,
because
I don't
it's
know
far.
about that shit?
It's because it's too far away.
So, but
Okay.
friends have visited you?
Yeah, like
Okay.
3 friends. Yeah,
Three
they
friends.
came here and they're like, oh, like, you know,
From
I'm-
Korea.
Yeah, from Korea.
Okay.
So I look different from
Yeah.
before. You know, I was like really like, you know, like ties
corporate.
and stuff,
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah,
a businessman.
yeah.
So when they saw me cooking, you know, they're
Like,
they're
what the
like,
fuck?
what the fuck? What are
Yeah.
you doing here? You know, like, and like,
Yeah.
what are you really doing?
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
And then like
to put on your tie.
something
Trying
like
to
that.
put- you're trying to put on
because
those
like
ties.
they all only like remember like who I
Who
was.
you were, yeah.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
when they saw me, and then like thank God the restaurant was working
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Laureles, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm so proud of you. And then
Yeah.
you know. They want to visit again, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just show them how the city is. Actually, there's a lot more than like soccer, not
Right,
girls
right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the climate,
So
the
yeah.
people.
You know what the
girls,
funny thing is, the
whatever,
one friend from Toronto
Uh-huh.
that visited me. Well, he didn't stay with me. Or whatever. He came with another boy. Was Korean.
Okay.
John's son.
Okay.
And I remember
Johnson.
John. It's although it's John's son.
John's son, okay.
But Johnson visited. me. And I remember back then, man. Back then, I think I was basic living.
Uh-huh.
But I lived in a much more glamorous building at that time. You know,
Okay.
we had the top floor overlooking the city and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Very limited furniture. I remember him coming. He's like, "Fuck, bro, this is not what I expected, man. I thought you were living in a hostel." I'm like, "You thought this whole time, 3 years I was down in a hostel." He's like, "Bro, this is sick." And
Yeah.
I just done like an art show and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I invited him to the art show, and they came. They're like, "Dude, I honestly thought you were living in a hostel." And like literally like just backpacking your way through life, and people don't understand what this place really is. So I
Yeah,
can't
Right.
imagine when
Well,
they
actually, that kind of leads to my next question. So you traveled around all, South
Yeah.
America. You were backpacking. What made you decide on Medellin?
So actually, this country is my 65th country.
Oh,
Jesus.
So I was backpacking, right? So the reason why I decided, to give a try in Medellin, it's actually not because Medellin was the best city I visited,
No.
right? It was more about like I kind of saw a lot of like potential opportunities of
Yeah.
South America in
Yeah.
general, and my first I was here for a week in Envigado, and my first impression of Parquilleras was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like
What year was that?
Yeah, how
That
long
was
ago?
like 2006. 2016. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like
when the law allowed to
right to drink in
the
public
street. Yeah,
and
exactly.
on the
Before
parks.
the change.
Before all the prostitutes and.
Yeah, it was still. I mean, there were, but it was so nice, and I saw like, okay, Colombia, it's a nice country, it's safe, it's not that dangerous, you know, and there's a lot of like I see like business going on in Poblado, and I was like, okay, maybe I might give it a try here. And I can't lie, like 95%, if I would say it's about like business opportunities and stuff or new life.
Yeah.
Like the other 5% or even more, it could be like the girls.
The girls,
they were very friendly.
Jesus
as
Christ,
we,
man.
as we,
I just got a T-shirt idea for that. 95% business, 5% girls.
Oh my gosh!
You're to be honest. So, as we talked before, you know, like a lot of girls, a lot of guys as well were like so friendly, like, hey, Chino, but
but in a friendly manner.
In a friendly manner. Like, oh, can I take a photo with you? Like, they love flash, right? Like in a club like that, dark, like, boom, boom, and it starts getting like attention. Like, okay. You know, that happened, and I was like, okay, maybe I could be really special here. I'll just see what I could do.
The next sigh.
So the next sigh.
Fuck yeah.
Oppa Asado.
So that's the reason why I decided Medellin, and it's actually I was already very far away from Korea.
Yeah.
And I said, rather than going back and decide and come back, why not just give it a try? And just came here with a backpack, and that's how I decided.
That's great.
That's fucking great. And when did you open your restaurant?
It was 2017, 23rd of October. Actually, within a few days, it's second anniversary.
Wow.
That's
so
awesome,
so obviously the restaurant's Laureles now. You got the new one here.
Yeah.
Do you also live in Laureles or?
Yeah, I live very close to the restaurant, like 4 blocks away.
That's
I
great.
live in Laureles.
What do you think about that neighborhood?
I like it. Used to live in. I started in a hostel.
Yeah.
We all
like
did.
a month. Like
me too. I got here in a
What was your
right?
hostel? What was your hostel? Big up the hostel.
I don't know. I forgot the name, but it wasn't Calle 10, right? Like Parque Poblado or somewhere like that. Forgot the name.
No, it wasn't the one above the coffee shop where we had the Medellin
remember,
Entrepreneur
it's
Society.
2017. We're way back.
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't know there was so
2016, yeah. So
2016. There's a lot.
So,
I started at the Black Sheep. Big up to
That's
Kelvin.
Tiger.
What's up, Kelvin? Hook me up with one of your hats, bro. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing the a hat
Manny
by
Bros.
the Manny Bros. Manny is Peanut, and obviously Bros. They're the Peanut Brothers, and they do. I don't know if you've tried it. They do peanut butter, like the best peanut butter.
All right,
in
I
the
gotta
city.
try it.
And actually, in Korean, Manny Bros means sleeping dragon overlooking a deep forest. In case you guys didn't know, I've been practicing. I've been practicing that shit.
I started a month here in Poblado, and then I moved to Guayabal, which was very strange. I lived next to Barrio Antioquia.
I know. My brother
was
lived there.
the only foreigner as an Asian, obviously, like
Wow.
more, right?
Stick out like
By
a
the way,
sore
but
thumb.
tell them what's Barrio Antioquia known for?
It's known for like drugs, and
Yeah.
it's a very
It's a hard neighborhood.
hard. Yeah, it's
hard.
tough. It's tough.
It's like you're going to Compton. You're like I'm gonna go to the United States and rent an apartment or an Airbnb in Compton.
What?
It just happened. It just happened. I was like looking for a place, and then I just saw the map. Like, it's walking distance to Poblado. Why not?
Yeah,
so I went there, and I was like, whoa.
Wow.
So I got a place. I lived there for 3 months, and
Shit.
I didn't even know about Barrio Antioquia. So I was just always at night walking, whatever. Thank God nothing happened.
Holy
I made a lot of
shit,
friends though over there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I found out I heard a lot about like Laureles.
Yeah.
So I went to Laureles and I checked it out, and it was like really nice. It's very, it's flat
Flat, yeah.
and spread it out,
Yeah.
and it's like peaceful.
Yeah.
And it's like it's good to like live. I would say like residential.
Yeah. And do you live in an apartment building or is it a house or?
It's an apartment. It's a 4-story apartment. I live. Yeah.
Okay.
Apartment, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like ours. We live in a 5-story apartment, but we got the top floor.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like it.
I
yeah.
think one of the things, because there's so much shit that we can potentially ask you, man.
I know. I've got so many questions.
So many
All
questions.
right.
So many questions. One of the things I remember when I met you, and you meet like tons of people, I'm sure, in a restaurant. How many new people come in daily? I remember I sat and I was talking to you. I was like, man, this was. I can't remember how long ago it was, but it was either that you had the Korean barbecue, the grills set up, but
Right.
it wasn't working, or you didn't have the grills, and I asked you, what
Yeah,
about
yeah, it
Korean
was the
barbecue?
latter.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
we
the
went
latter.
together.
You didn't
we
have
went,
it set up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, man, what about Korean barbecue?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like, man,
exactly.
it's a fucked up story.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the
sure.
fuck? Tell the fucked up story,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
What
that-
happened with the
that
Korean
fucked up
barbecue?
story?
grill?
Okay. So it happened. So actually, I've been living here since like 3 years ago. But
Yeah.
as I told you guys, my restaurant is getting close to the second anniversary, right?
Okay.
So then more than a year, I was actually trying to open the business,
Yeah.
which I don't know, the system didn't allow me to do it. you
Why?
know, because even though I had the papers, fiador, the
Right.
cosigner
yeah,
system.
just to rent the place.
Yeah, exactly. So that took like literally 8 months, and I was trying to deal with the real estate agencies, and they couldn't understand it. So when I finally signed up a contract, so I was happy. I was ready to go. Okay, I'll just like fucking do it
Yeah.
in a month and then open it. But then I wanted to sign a contract with a construction agency, remodeling. So I was talking with my friends, and it was a recommendation of a friend, which she helped me design the restaurant. And then that guy, actually, her recommendation, that guy, long story short, he stole my money. He just
Fuck.
stole my investment.
That sucks,
And
man.
How much money was that?
it was like, so based on the
Damn.
contract, it said like 60%
Up
upfront.
front, that's
Fuck
the
that.
deposit.
So I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
okay, cool, I'll do it. So I did it, and then the contract says they would do it for 25 working days, right?
Okay.
All right, not a big deal. So I pay them, but then later this guy was like partially asking me, can you send me a little bit more? So I said like,
Yeah.
I see nothing's going on in my restaurant for 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
Right,
closed.
it's-
I live
yeah.
very close to the
Damn.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Every day I go, it's
Yeah.
closed. Like, no, Brandon, like with that attitude, I don't know. I don't know if I could like do something with you. Blah blah blah. I said, what do you mean?
That
Like
attitude?
60%. I
Yeah.
paid you.
Yeah.
Where's that money?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Shit.
no, but read the contract. It says like partially. He
For
could
other
ask,
expenses.
yeah, like, all right, cool, I do get it, but
Yeah.
I want to see my 60%
Yeah.
where,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you spent it.
Right.
So that took a
Fuck.
long time, and then it's like I lost like a camioneta nueva.
Okay.
Fuck.
Like
full
I'm
bag.
talking about
full
Toyota, right? Like,
New
Jesus,
Toyota
yeah,
truck.
yeah,
Damn.
I'm not talking about like.
Like whatever.
50
Yeah, like a
millones.
couch
Yeah,
or something,
it's a
but
lot
like
of
a
money.
new car that you
Yeah,
could have bought with that
so,
money.
Exactly. So I
Fuck.
lost a lot. Literally lost a lot. The guy only did the floor.
Nice.
The floor. Only the floor. So, and he stopped. And it took 2 months and a half. So I actually paid him more to sign a contract that I prepared with my people.
Yeah.
And I paid him more, and he's like, he wanted to get more money from me. So I said, like, no, this is what I'm going to give you, and sign the contract. You and me, we're just like nobody.
Yeah, we don't.
Because I was so stressed out. My
Yeah.
hairs were like falling off.
Really?
I
Yeah.
Holy
fucking
shit.
broke my house, like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the window and stuff. I was like
Fuck.
crazy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a lot of
Mad,
It's a
yeah.
lot of money. It's your
Especially
investment.
here,
It's a
it's
dream.
like insanely lot, right?
Yeah.
So that happened, and I was about to give up. Actually, I was about to give up.
Awesome
and
that you didn't, man.
I told everybody, all my friends, even my family, that I'm gonna give up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I did a lot. I tried a lot, but it's not working. I guess like this is maybe Colombia
Yeah, yeah.
not
That's the way it
allowing
is.
me to do
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
my stuff, right?
Yeah.
So when I told everybody, I posted in like Facebook, whatever, blah blah blah, and all of my Colombian friends actually they wrote me and they're like,
That's
no,
awesome.
Brandon, like you're super Koreano. You always
Yeah.
told us that you're the super Koreano, right?
Yeah,
And you can't give up. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
think about it. You've been working a lot. You can't give up for just an asshole. you
Right,
know?
yeah, yeah.
So I said
It's
like,
bad luck.
okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. So what I did was for another 2 months, I just made the restaurant by myself. Yeah,
Like
Really?
hands on.
hands, like literally.
But that's
cement.
not you're an IT dude. You don't. What do you know
I
about?
don't.
that?
I just like. I
construction?
just like did it. I just did
Yeah.
it because it was just like hope, like.
Right.
I had this like dream, so I said, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Wow.
So I literally,
awesome, man.
like.
Yo, big
Dig a
ups though.
hole.
That's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
I'll
Big
take the
ups.
shot to that, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
for sure. Yeah, let's do a shot.
to that, man. Respect on
To
that.
manning up and get your
Respect
shit
on
done.
that.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yo,
Cheers.
because cheers.
Yeah. So
Not a lot of people not even here, Colombia,
Many would have given up.
anywhere in the world
No,
would have
actually,
done
like,
what
actually,
you did.
I was really stressed out. Like, now it's just like an episode, actually.
Yeah.
Thank God I survived.
Yeah.
But at that time, like seriously, I was like really, really in a bad mood. Like I didn't really meet anybody. But then when I decided to do it by myself, I said, okay, fuck it, I'll just like do it. So actually, if I go back to the question, so I already ordered my like grills
Grills,
and the table.
How many grills were those? Because you had
10
grills.
10 grills. Holy
It was
shit.
10 grills with the table.
Right.
Yeah.
Already made.
Yeah, it made. So it was ready to go.
Where do you order those?
In
Like,
Korea. So
Oh,
it was
shit.
it was the most investment.
Wow, the big part.
The big part.
Yeah.
So as I told you guys, I lost a lot of money. So I can't ask anybody. You know, I have nobody. So I just told the agency I paid like the penalties and stuff, but then I said I have to cancel this because at least I want to open the restaurant.
right.
And I was just like praying to God, you know, like I don't care if nobody comes, but I just want to see my restaurant open.
Yeah.
And thank God
Thank
it
God,
worked.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, that's the reason why I couldn't really bring
Do
the
that.
grills.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Honestly, man, I relate fully. Except I didn't get ripped off. I sort of ripped myself off in a way. And Andrew was there for that. And it's amazing when you have people around you. Like they talk about having people around you to pick you up and fucking push you forward.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's that one message that one person. You're like, I'm not gonna disappoint this person. They said I'm the super Koreano. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
do that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I remember, man, 2015. 2015 was fucking rough for me, man. I was in Barranquilla photographing the
Carnaval.
Carnaval.
Oh, okay.
And I had the best. And man, my photos, people are like, oh, your photos are amazing. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. I take some photos. Literally, that's the way I feel. But this day, man, I looked down at my camera and I fucking wanted to cry. It was the best day of photography of my life.
Yep.
And
I remember that.
I was with Andrew and Scott, my other boy, and we got into a cab. We're laughing. It was just such a fucking beautiful day. We're laughing.
I had such a good time, man.
Such an amazing,
Such a
like
good
one of the
time.
most amazing days of my life, to be honest. And I had such a massive fucking lens that the cab's like bumping around Barranquilla on paved, fucked up roads. So I put this little backpack in between the two seats. I'm in the back seat here. Me and Scott and Andrew here, we talk, we're laughing. We get out, we're laughing halfway up the stairs to a fourth floor apartment. I'm like, who has a fucking bag? Bro, no one had the bag.
Oh.
I lost a lot of money. Luckily, I had an old camera and an old lens in Medellin. I lost everything. All of my photography equipment, I made my money from photography over those years.
All the
Yeah,
photos.
you were-
all the photos that
He
I
was
took.
doing all the photography for like Airbnbs out here at that
All
time.
those.
Like that was his
All
main
those.
source of income.
Lost everything, man. And honestly, I've never known, like I don't suffer from depression. Maybe a bit of anxiety, but I don't know what it feels like to be like ongoingly sad. But I remember these guys. Apparently, we went to a strip club. That's what they said we did. And they looked at me and they're like, "Yeah, we can't be here." And they took me out of there. And I literally drank if you saw a drink around, bro, I picked it up and I just drank and I chugged it and I threw up from the minute I woke up to 6:30 in the night when they came back home the next day. And Andrew was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Get the fuck up off the floor." And Scott's like, "Get the fuck up off the floor. You got to move forward. You got to move. Well, you're just gonna lay there and cry about it." Well, I wasn't crying because I'm not a crier, but they're like, "You're just gonna lay there and blah blah blah." But you gotta get over it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it. Get the fuck up. Start making phone calls. Do it now. Blah 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 blah. And honestly, man,
We even called the radio station. The radio
Yeah,
station
we were on the
announced
radio
that
and all
a
that shit.
Canadian photographer
that's
lost his-
actually how we now go to Carnival, because they know me as the guy that lost all his shit.
yeah.
And so all of my friends can go to Carnival on press passes as photographers and journalists, and we ain't shit. You know what I mean?
I am
But
a
they know.
journalist.
We're journalists.
I asked for girls' numbers.
Yeah. But literally that's for me, and I was there, man. Where you like, I gotta pack up and go home, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go home as a quote
He wanted
unquote
to go
failure.
home.
I want to. I'm like, maybe I should go home. Because at that time, my dad was pressuring me. He was like,
What are you doing out
what
there?
are you doing out there?
Yeah,
you
exactly,
just
yeah.
left the job. You're making blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You didn't really go home for like go home for a year. Go back after. Don't make a city make you fall in love, blah, 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 blah. Don't be an idiot. And so I felt that, man. That
Yeah.
shit's fucked.
That's
man.
a lot of
Exactly,
pressure.
yeah. And sometimes, like as you said, it's your experience as well. Like that, what we call family,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bros and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
they really like support you,
Yeah.
and then you just feel like I'm not alone.
Yeah, man.
Like it's not like I want to show them, but it's like like I'm not alone.
Yeah.
And I could do it. So that's how I did it as well.
So you basically put your blood, sweat, and tears into this restaurant,
Literally.
physically.
Physically.
And what about like getting the business up and running legally from a legal standpoint? Was that a big deal here?
Like legally, actually, I would say it wasn't a big deal in my case because I had a lot of supports. Like I made my visa, for example, with my friends. You know, I had like abogados, and they just wanted to help me.
Wow.
And I was so blessed. I am
shout
so
out to
blessed.
them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
amazing.
Shout out. Like, so that's in terms of that. Like a lot of people helped me, and it kind of went well through in paper wise, legally.
Yeah.
And but there are like a lot of stuff, for example, that I still do not understand.
Like taxes?
Like taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes are fucked.
Yo,
Like
I speak
laws
Spanish.
and-
I don't understand that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like taxes, I've been.
Let's
Keep
drink
it going,
to
keep
some
it going.
fucking
I'll
taxes.
keep pouring it,
Okay.
pass it through. Keep
Yeah.
go back.
All right, keep going.
So like for example, tax or like even like simple systems or like certificates. or something.
Yeah.
Even though I try to do it, actually I'll tell you what. Like yesterday, it happened yesterday. This agency came to my restaurant for like mantenimiento, right? The
Yeah.
Right, the
maintenance
maintenance.
for the gas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they came here, so I pay them, and they're like, there's like, you gotta fix this, you gotta fix this, you gotta change this.
Yeah.
So I said like, okay, cool. So like, send me the invoice or whatever.
Yeah.
But I told him like, but you know what? Like when I first started this restaurant, the agency that installed the gas was you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Why
So
didn't
guys
you do
fucked
that
up.
from the
Yeah.
beginning? And
Yeah.
then now you're telling me that, okay, you got to put like 2 switches or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But why didn't you do it from the
Yeah, yeah.
beginning?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're like, So I said, okay. I mean, I'm not like, no offense, but just check the record, the history, and then just like let me know. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
like
heard
be
that.
there every year,
Yeah.
and then like, oh, okay, you know what, Brandon, like you gotta fix this, you gotta
Yeah.
put it over there. Then why did you put it over there?
Why did you
know?
put it in the other
So like
place?
things like
Yeah.
that, you know, like. But that's not like legal wise. But
Yeah. But there's
going back to
procedures,
Stuff,
yeah.
but like going back to your question, it's like legally, if you're just like willing to, I don't know, like willing to pay or something, like
It's fine.
it's fine.
Okay.
If you want
Yeah,
to pay.
yeah.
No, we had a similar situation. I mean,
No,
right
we're
now
having a situation
Yeah, we
right
got
now.
put in like what?
So,
Fire, I don't know.
well, because we have an office that has more than, I think,
Two people.
Two?
Two
I thought it
people.
was 10.
2 people.
Well, yeah.
More
we,
than 2
well,
people.
we have more than 2 employees, obviously. So we have to have fire extinguishers, which is fine. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll buy the 5. We need fire extinguishers, so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
put them
why
up. Got a guy over here to drill them up and put them up nicely. They actually look pretty nice. But then my accountant or our accountant writes to me and she's like, we also need to have asesoría for safety and and like fire drills.
Yeah.
So and that's gonna cost like 2 million pesos. I'm like, why am I? If there's a fire, I'm running out the door and pushing everyone.
You gotta do a training session.
and
that
then
costs
she's like,
2
yeah,
million
you need
pesos.
training. This is why you can't push
No,
people.
but even in our house right now, I don't think Andrew knows because we're renovating a property right now, and the fucked up thing is, so
God,
I've
I
always
wanna know.
my parents have always taught me to like basically cover my ass. Don't let the law come back to bite you in the ass and take everything that you've worked hard for. So we're renovating a top floor in an apartment, and like you got to know who's doing what, because if you change the weight structure of a building, which I never even thought about before, you could bring the whole fucking building down.
Yeah.
Or we're breaking down some walls. What if the whole roof crumbles
Yeah.
down? So we're talking whatever, and then the constructor's like, yeah, you know, what I suggested maybe you guys should do, which is hire this person. Which is called a CISO or a SUSO or some shit like that. And this Suzo, I'm paying Suzo to come in for like fucking $500 or $600, and I know back in the States and Canada and
Yeah,
Seoul
yeah.
that might be nothing, but extra $600. And what this person does is they sit there and they say, "Are you wearing your hard hat? Are you using the proper safety harness?" Because what happens is if you don't hire fucking Suzo, and some shit happens on your property, you're personally liable. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
and you pay the Suzo per month. So if you have
Fuck
a year-long construction, you're
So we
paying
got that
Suzo.
guy?
Yeah, yeah.
We
We
have
got
that.
that?
We have that. It's just-
So
sorry.
by the way, I went over there today.
You went in?
Yeah, no, I went looking for you and Lily because someone told me that you guys were at the apartment, and I ring the doorbell like 10 times, and finally somebody with a hard hat and big earplugs looks out the window off the 4th-story.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you want?" I'm
You're like, it's my house, motherfucker.
I'm like, "Is Joel there?" He's like, "No."
Yeah.
Lily, no.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
"Don't worry."
scared.
No, yeah, I just ran away. I didn't even
Yeah,
tell him anything. I'm like,
gotta
I'll be
leave.
back later.
Yeah, but no,
Sure.
but the legal shit.
I mean, there's so many like norms and stuff, like systems and laws, and I don't know how many, like, to be honest, like how many like Colombians are really like
If following that,
yeah.
they're not.
So like in terms of that, like I was like, okay, like do I really need to do it? Like,
That's what I
But
exact
I-
question.
as
But
you
wait,
said,
but
yeah.
if you're a foreigner, and I honestly
be
believe this, I
scrutinized,
honestly
right?
believe this. If you're a local, I'm gonna give a fucking shit. You could do whatever you want to do. Chances are they're gonna be like, fuck this guy, I can't make any money off this. It's government taxes. It's a money making system. It's a business.
Yeah.
Right. You're not gonna go after somebody that you know you can't collect a debt from.
Right.
But they could make an example of me and you. Korean guy frauds tax system.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
exactly.
Oh, Koreans
exactly.
are
I
bad
mean, like
people,
we are
you know.
the best target.
Exactly.
To just
And
see,
yeah,
like,
so we,
like-
I guess we have a responsibility too.
But responsibility to ourselves.
to
Yeah,
ourselves
yeah,
and to
exactly.
future
For us.
generations of people that are gonna be
Uh-huh.
opening up restaurants. And,
Because
and
I think about this, man. Like, I would think that Andrew and I pay more taxes than this entire building of offices that are here. We pay more taxes. I swear to God. If you ask somebody, have you ever spent 12 million in taxes? Any Colombian person,
They'd laugh at our face. They'd laugh at
They
us.
laugh. 12 million.
I
No,
actually,
it's not good, man.
obviously, before we opened Red Door, this was before 2014. I worked for another company, a local company, and I was always interested because I was obviously wanting to open up my own business and figure out how they were doing their books. And they told me that they have 2 sets of books. They have the books that they present, and
Yeah.
then the books that they don't present, the
Yeah.
real book. And I was like, wait, what?
Shit.
So I tried to go to Joe with this revolutionary idea.
He came to me with that
He's like,
shit.
fuck no, you guys.
Sean,
you're
like, we
stupid.
did have 2 books. I'm like, fuck
dude.
you.
He's like,
2
you
books.
stupid. I'm like, man, they're all doing it.
Yo, man, I live, honestly, man, like, I live in a hip hop song. Seriously. I fucking listen to all those wise scholars like Tupac and Biggie and these motherfuckers, and I take that shit and I take it really, really seriously. I think, like, we work so hard for the shit that we, like, even to the point that you're at right now.
right.
You worked fucking hard
Real
for that,
hard.
man.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're doing stuff above above the what do you call it? Above the line, like you're doing shit legally. And I was talking to our accountant today, and I'm like, God, Gabby, this shit's tough, man. If you want to run a legal business in Colombia, it is fucking expensive. Don't think if you're coming here and you're taking risks illegally, you're like illegally, sorry. You're not doing your accountant. You're not paying the Suzo. You're not doing your fucking whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're fine, man. You're laughing, make
Right.
your fucking money until they fuck you over.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's tough.
I do agree. Yeah,
Cheers.
that's cheers. Yeah.
Business.
Cheers to Tupac.
Tupac, big hip hop fans.
Hip hop fans.
Yeah, so obviously now obviously having the first restaurant, the second one was probably easier.
Yeah. Since like there were no fraud, like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I was like really.
Did that put a strain on your relationship with that friend that recommended?
Actually, like we're not anymore like friends anymore. We're not.
Shit,
It's
that
because
sucks. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's because I mean like things happened. Like I couldn't like really see her as a friend anymore.
Yeah, that's
you know?
terrible.
But did she talk to you about? Did she try to make things
Nah, I
right?
told her like what's going on, and then she's like, like blah blah blah. Like that guy, that señor is a friend of my dad's. I'm like, okay, then like, fuck him. If he's a friend, like I mean, I'm
What
your
kind
friend.
of friend is he?
Yeah. So like, and she's like, oh da, but he tells me something different. Like, okay, cool. Like
He
let's
tells me something different.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay,
the
so
results-
you talk with him and you're not helping me out. Like
Yeah.
I'm just seeing your friend like losing all the money.
Losing a lot of money.
Like
Yeah.
and I was like so pissed off, and then I just told her like, okay, like
You ever see her in the streets?
No, but she actually like texts me, like, but I don't really respond.
So she's trying to offer you like some accountant help?
No, I don't know.
I got
I gotta connect, son.
Like a different. I have a lawyer.
I got Korean barbecue grill, son. You want some grill?
So yeah, I mean, like she texts me and but man, I don't know. Like I was just like thinking. Now, like, I mean, no pasa nada, you know, like, I mean, it's all good. It's all
let
good.
bygones be bygones type
exactly.
thing. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I mean, like, nothing.
I'm sort of the same way, man. We got. I remember that.
No, but I'm the same way.
Clemencia, motherfucking.
Oh my
you don't
God.
speak.
Fuck
You
that
if
woman.
motherfucking Clemencia, man, took our deposit. And we were struggling at Andrew.
We were
if
struggling,
somebody
bro.
handed us 1.5 million back then, and that was like what at that time maybe $700. It would have changed our life at that particular moment. You know what I'm saying?
It was like right
that's how
after he
bad we
fucking
were.
lost his camera
Yeah,
and
we
shit.
lost all our shit.
Uh-huh.
And then we checked out because we couldn't afford the place and we wanted to move down to Manila.
Mm-hmm.
Checked out, and I'm like, you know, Clemencia, the fucking agent, came and checked the place out. Everything's perfect, except the owner's there with Clemencia, and she's like, where's my fucking curtains for the balcony? The sun blockers. And Clemencia's like, I don't know. And I'm like, wait, we lived there for like 2 years. We never had no sun blocker. Clemencia stole the motherfucking sunblock like 2 years before, and wherever it is. And then she's like, so I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna say anything. So later I'm like, Clemencia, everything checked out. You're good. Let me get my deposit. Yo, she blocked me on every. She blocked my ass, bro. And I was so angry. I'm like, if I see Clemencia, I would jump kick her in the fucking head. And this man, woman, child, I would fuck. I'm like, dude, honestly, we would have fucked somebody up for 1.6 million back then.
So obviously we talked about some frustrating things about business and opening up the restaurant, and obviously the construction.
You're not bouncing off a business yet, though.
No.
I got business questions.
No, I got
You
more.
business questions.
It's a business-related question. So, how do you deal with? Obviously, now you have the second spot open. How do you deal with employees? I've always wondered about that. What's your hiring process like, and do you do training?
So when I first started, I had a Colombian like partner.
Yeah.
Like when I was like struggling with the fraud, like the construction, right? So she used to be my best friend, but now not anymore. Like things happen, right?
Right.
Business wise.
Things
So it was like more like I was asking like people that if you know anybody who wants to work at my restaurant, right? So that's how I started, and then later, so like my Instagram, like our restaurant Instagram, my restaurant's Instagram and Facebook, we have like followers, right? Yeah. Like it's like I'm very proud of it that I never paid.
How many?
So it's not a lot.
How many followers, man?
Like almost like 2,000, like 800.
That's
you know,
way
like
more than what we got.
Organic. I'm talking
It's
about like real
natural.
followers, right?
Yeah.
So natural. So, I mean that worked, and then every time I need like employees, I just post it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I receive like still every day, like not every day, but every week I would say. A lot of people just send their like CVs.
Okay.
And that's how I hire, and I just like see their resumes. In my like personal like decision when I hire people, it's actually like something that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to like support the society. So I don't know, maybe like some people might think it like kind of like weird or wrong, but I kind of like I have a filter that I kind of want to give like more opportunities to like the young people,
of course,
from the barrios. Like,
Okay,
of course,
all
That's
my
cool.
workers work from like Bello, San Javier, whatever.
Wow.
Like
Cool.
Manrique.
Sweet, man.
And I just want to give them like opportunities, and then I have like a lot of like like American friends like you guys, or like like foreigners who speak English, or like Colombians, whatever. So I try to teach them English. So I want to give them opportunities. So
that's really awesome.
That's how I hire. Like that's our like my like filter.
Has anybody been with you since the start?
Yeah. No. Actually, that's kind of sad. But I had to like say goodbye to my like waitress.
Yeah.
She has been working with me for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And she's a place from Amalfi.
Yeah, Amatin. I know
And
Amatin.
she had nothing. She was young. She actually lied to me of her
About how old
age.
she was? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
and then I just hired her, and I was like teaching her. As I said, that was my filter, and that's what I wanted to support the society as well, to give like opportunities. And then I always like to talk about like dreams and plans, you know, like to be like productive with my workers. So I remember that her dream was to study. So I just told her like, okay, like I'll teach you finance, I'll teach you how to save, I'll teach you how to speak English, blah blah blah. So I've been like training her, and then yeah, it was the moment that she was kind of like ready, and she was like,
So you had to say goodbye.
yeah.
You know, I
so,
feel.
Oh,
You know,
so
that's
I supported her. So
bittersweet,
like
yeah.
it was like May this year, so she left with like a certain amount of like savings, which she never had.
Yeah.
And she's still young, and she wanted to study. So I said like,
Yeah.
I'll support you. I'll give you like, I still do support her. You know, like giving her like scholarship or something.
Wow, that's cool.
So that's actually what I want to do. It's like real family that I want
course,
to really have. Like I really support her because she started from like the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel the same way with like with Andrew and Felipe, because you know Andrew's webcam career is now like that's what he wanted to pursue. And,
What are we talking about?
What,
like, am I missing something or what?
You know, it's like
Okay.
wait.
All right,
you
all
don't
right,
even know,
all right.
You don't even know about. Oh, he's fucking. He's a web. His
All right.
dream is webcam.
Okay, all
His
right.
dream is
That
webcam.
is not my dream.
His dream
It's
is
a reality.
webcam. It's
I'm
a
a
reality. He
webcam.
makes money.
Go to andrewmacia.com/big penis.
That's what, yeah. You know, I mean, your shit.
It's actually the opposite. People go watch and pay to see the world's smallest dick. I make a living.
It's called pleasestop.com.
Yes.
You pay to start, and then you pay to stop. So
I gotta GoFundMe to get off the fucking webcam.
anybody wants to fund Andrew off of the fucking webcam thing, and Felipe off of his Japanese pop, which is not the same
Japanese
as
pop.
it's not the
J-pop.
same. You know, it's up and coming, bro. You gotta be a pioneer in your shit.
Exactly.
You're a pioneer in your shit.
I am.
You brought Korean food here. Do you
mean,
feel like part? Do you feel like
I
did
feel
this
like
shit?
I would say like I'm not the first, like, to be honest, like I'm not the first, but I would say I've been like trying a lot, actually, still till now, to let like the locals, you know, like the Colombians, to get to know and try like Korean.
That's the question I was gonna ask. I
Yeah,
think that's what we're curious.
that's a
What do
real good
people
question.
think about Korea? I mean, like, all right, wait. There's so many things I can ask, and I don't even know how to frame this question. But
All right.
the
way
first
more
Colombian person that jumped in and tried for the first time some kimchi, or that tried Korean food, what the fuck kind of expressions from somebody who's never been out of this country, and you
Right.
know when it happens?
And,
What happens?
and honestly, like I love Korean food. Obviously, I grew up in
LA,
swap meets in
yeah.
LA, and
Yeah.
a bunch of Korean. I had Korean friends, and kimchi is not like the most. You don't think like, oh shit, I want to go get kimchi right now. You know,
I
like-
do feel you.
because it's basically fermented cabbage. So what is the reaction of Colombians?
So when I first started, I only had like actually one food in Laureles. I started with bulgogi, which is the most like popular and traditional Korean barbecue, marinated. So I started from that, which is like beef.
Yeah.
Like, and then there were a lot of like needs, and like, you know, customers like, oh, why don't you do it with pork or
Okay.
chicken, blah blah blah. And then I kind of like extended. So like kimchi, for example, I always had kimchi on the table, because that's like the principle. That's
That's
like
the thing.
arepa.
Right,
Arepa
that's-
for us,
it's
right?
kimchi,
Like
yeah.
without arepa, how can we talk about Colombian food,
Really?
right?
Yeah,
So
didn't know
like
that.
truth.
I'm like, okay, this is kimchi, this is fermented, and then they first like smell it, and they're like, oh, it's kind of, you know, it's
Yeah,
fermented.
yeah,
It's not really common here,
Not
like
true.
fermented food.
Anything
right?
fermented. Well, other
Exactly.
than like that drink, Miguelucho.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fermented.
Yeah.
Dude, are you fucking? What did you just do right now? That is not what you just did. Is not Korean. It is
Like-
paisa, and we got a girl that does that shit out here. You heard what he said? That is shit. You are fucking
You're
paisa,
paisa,
dude.
I
I am.
Do it again.
I am. can't lie.
He said.
No, I'm like Colombia is my second home country.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I
so
can't
far.
lie.
So
Like
you
I
were
can't lie.
saying the kimchi.
So
Yeah.
like kimchi, they first try it because like normally kimchi. This is also like a stereotype.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say. Okay, Korean food, is it like really spicy always? Like it is. We like
You love
spicy, but
spice,
which doesn't. But it doesn't mean that all the foods are
Right.
spicy, right? But really, kimchi, that traditional like red Korean cabbage fermented kimchi, is spicy
Yep.
actually. So they try it and then it's like, oh, like this is too strong.
Yeah.
Like, first of all,
Strong
it's,
but not spicy.
no,
was
it's strong and
Okay.
spicy. Like
Yeah.
it's fermenting. They like I wouldn't say they never tried it, but fermented foods. But
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is like really, really like different. I never tried it. So it's always like I would say it's like black or white.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it, but a lot of people like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't need this.
Yeah,
I'll just eat like bulgogi.
Some people
Right.
don't like black guys.
No.
and others
white.
they watch some porn and they're like, "Yep, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna try. I want to try."
Why,
No, fuck.
why have I always got to go back to that?
What,
Always
porn
got
or
to go
race?
back to
Porn or race?
both.
Which one? Because
You
I
and your black cock.
Wait, because wait.
What's a black guy?
Wait, what the
Wha-
fuck?
what's
Wait,
up,
wait,
porn
what's
or
happening?
what-
Wait,
what-
no,
are we
this
going
is
back
a
to the webcam
degradation
or what?
of a conversation.
He always goes back to that.
What? Porn or race?
Both.
Would you guys like to see porn in Medellin or race in Medellin? I'll bring it. So wait, how long and have you broken even from your investment and your loss?
Okay. I'll talk it in like two ways, right?
Alright.
First, if I'm talking about my loss, my investment, like the construction, actually,
All the money you put in.
Actually, it's like it's still I would say ing. It's
Really?
because it's a lot. It's a
lot of money.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
You're
money.
still paying for it.
Yeah, I am. I want to like get that money back, like
But you
and
will.
my work, right?
And you got the new restaurant.
yeah,
opening
yeah.
too.
So I mean, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm
You're
okay.
good.
But in terms of that, I would say it's kind of like question mark, like a gray area that
Yeah.
I can't really define.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in terms of like the investment without the loss,
Yeah.
the construction, I would say. I mean, I think I really thank all my customers and all the supports and you guys
Yeah.
who came to my restaurant as well. I would say like less than a year actually.
To repay.
Yeah, it
And you know,
was- it
that's
was-
funny
it was
because
great.
we
amazing.
talk about
that
shit.
was amazing.
We talk
Yeah.
about the hostel, and it seems like, man, I think me and Andrew understand the difficulty with business. Do not, all these fucking people that talk about, I just want to own my own business.
Yeah.
You do not want to own your business. Trust me.
Yeah,
you
if
want to work
think
for someone
that-
else.
I feel you, I
Yeah,
feel
if
you.
you think that owning your own business means that you get to set your own hours
Mm.
and work at your own pace, you are
And everything's good
setting
because you get
yourself
to
up
control-
for failure.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
setting yourself up for
Exactly.
failure
Yeah.
because it's a lot more time than
Yeah.
you're better off working a 9 to 5.
It is.
Trust
You're
me.
not- and
Trust
there's,
me.
and there's nothing wrong with
It's
that.
24
Yeah.
hours. Like you
Yeah.
would never forget. Like you
Yeah,
would never.
you go to
never,
sleep
like-
and wake up thinking
Exactly.
about your business.
What?
Exactly.
Never forget the journey.
No, like the business. Like if you own a business, or
Yeah.
if you take like the whole responsibility, that's a lot of stress.
It's a
Right.
lot of
I
stress.
always call it like good stress because
yeah.
It is good
nobody
stress.
told me to do it, but I decided to do
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and I am trying to enjoy it.
Right.
So it's a good stress for me, but it's like you would never forget about your like business. Just okay, I'm on a vacation, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
exactly.
will never
Vacation.
You will
God knows I
always
can't do vacation.
You would always think about business. Then that's
Yep. And you
yeah.
think about the people that work for you, like
Exactly.
you're like,
Yeah.
okay, if I'm not doing something
Yeah,
right
they're
now
not doing
for their
something.
benefit,
Yeah.
then something's
Exactly.
going wrong.
It's that's what I always tell my workers. I always tell them, yeah, we are like serving our customers, and that's like an exchange, right? Like we're making money with our service in general, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
service, like foods or whatever, ambience and
Yeah.
vibe. And I try to like always motivate them, you
Yeah.
know, like as I told you, my
Yeah.
filter, right? Like
Yep.
I'm like, okay, like don't worry, like with me, like if I'm still here with you,
You're still here.
I would support you till
Yep.
the end. Like
Yep.
just like let's just build the restaurant
Together. Yeah, I agree.
And
That's
that's
amazing.
how
That's
my
cool.
second restaurant, the guy Daniel, shout out.
Shout out to
Daniel.
Daniel.
I've been training him in my Laureles restaurant, and I that's what I told him, like, stay with me.
Yeah.
And
Stick with
and
me.
now his dream is actually being the best Colombian like chef here in Colombia, in terms of like Korean.
Daniel, what's his name?
Daniel Felipe Bustamante.
Yo,
Yeah,
big
shout
up
out
to
to
you, man. Big up,
Bustamante.
big up
Yeah,
to
that's
Felipe.
so I took him to the Poblado one, and we built the restaurant together.
man.
And
Wow,
that's cool.
I do really appreciate it. man.
Where is it in Poblado?
In Provenza, Carrera 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like a block above.
Next to what?
Next to Junin. I don't know.
that's Junin. I know Junin.
Junin. Yeah. Next to
Isn't
Junin.
Taboon on that same?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same,
Taboon.
Yeah,
Taboon
same
is like a
carrera.
pretty famous
Yeah, El
restaurant.
Botánico, Taboon. Yeah.
What is your suggestion to someone who wants to come set up a restaurant here?
I would say, first of all, this is actually what I've learned through my experience. Actually, as an Asian, as a Korean, like we are, I would say, like, I don't know which stereotypes you guys have, but I would say we are like really conservative, right?
Okay.
Like not open-minded.
But
like
you're
you
a
guys.
crazy rich Asian.
That's not me, but like
Yeah,
we're talking about we're talking
Oh, crazy rich Asian. I said I fucking seen that
All right.
shit. I'm gonna get on that. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, actually, like we're talking about Medellin, right? Like the Colombians here, paisas. So, in an Asian point of view, I thought like all the Western people, including like Colombians, are really, really open-minded compared to us.
Yeah.
But actually, like here at Paisas, they are kind of like conservative. They have like curiosity, but they stop
Yeah.
till there. Like
Yeah.
they know something beyond, right?
Yeah.
So even my restaurant, for example, like Oppa Asado Koreano, a lot of like still now, like a lot of people pass and like, do you sell arroz chino? Like, no, literally, because they see me. They see me. That's what like.
Because they want authentic arroz
That's
chino.
what Felipe.
I'm not talking out of my ass.
Yeah, exactly. No,
but it's
that's true.
I
That's
think
true.
that you should serve authentic arroz chino from Korea.
Wait. Is there is there such a thing as authentic arroz chino?
No, that's the brand. That's the brand.
That's the brand.
Yo, watch that make you
That's
like a
the brand.
fucking million.
That's the brand.
Watch that make him a fucking millionaire.
Authentic arroz chino.
But I mean,
Coreano, and it's just white rice.
in a white bowl.
No
In a white bowl.
No spice.
No, fucking.
No, just
It's just arroz con pollo. It's like traditional arroz con pollo.
For 80% higher in price.
No, this is the original arroz
shit,
chino.
I love that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, but
I love that
I mean, like,
shit.
from him.
what I wanted to say was, I mean, that in terms of that, like, okay, like, no, señor, like, this is like, look at the sign,
sign,
it
yeah.
says like asado Koreano.
Coreano,
like,
yeah.
It's not arroz chino. It's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
And like, okay. And then the next question is always like, so you are chino. Tú eres chino,
Yeah.
like, no, like Koreano, like I am Korean. Like, okay, so what do you have?
Yeah.
So they have like curiosity. What I want to say was like they have curiosity, but it's kind of hard to like go like beyond the limit of their like curiosity. They're like curiosity, and then okay, I'll go home.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw a restaurant, but like curiosity. Okay, I'll go home.
I'll go home. Yeah.
So like my strategy was to like make them like kind of like
Venture.
come in, venture, like a venture, like okay, and that's actually what I still say to tell my customers, like new people, like okay, if you don't like it, I won't charge.
Yeah.
Like, just come in.
Dang.
Like literally.
You
like,
don't want to tell me that.
Who's
I
first?
just want to talk about this guy. I was like Googling. Is that like a verb?
Yeah.
All right.
To Google?
Yeah. To Google.
Google.
Don't. It's a verb.
So I was over there Googling Brandon Lee, and obviously
Bruce Lee's son.
Bruce Lee's son came up, who died by camera death or some fucking crazy
No,
shit.
yo.
I'm
you
like,
cannot
that's
be
a hard
talking
way to
about my man
die.
like that. Yo, you gotta have respect for fucking Brandon Lee, though.
You got
That's the
and
man's
I
son,
don't
bro.
fucking know.
Yo,
Yeah.
you never watched
Brandon
The
Lee.
Crow? You never watched The Crow?
The
I
Crow.
watched
One of the best movies
everything
ever.
martial arts.
Okay, all right. So you.
By
know
the way, we can
Brandon
talk
Lee.
about some martial arts after
Yeah.
this shit.
Rest in
if
peace,
Brandon wants to
Brandon
talk
Lee.
about some shit.
For real.
But wait a second. And then, all of a motherfucking sudden, it was DJ Super Korean. I just want to know. Wait. Bring it down. Bring it
All right,
down.
all right.
Bring
I
it
heard the
down.
alarm.
Wait. Let me say it again.
All right.
DJ Super Korean.
That's your name?
AKA also known as
man.
Brandon Lee, DJ
Yeah.
Super Koreano.
Hell yeah.
Well, tell us about DJ
DJ
Super.
Super
Tell us,
Korean.
because
Alright.
you talk a story.
Okay.
And by
we
the
know
way,
about your
I had
business. We know about restaurants.
no,
man,
but
fuck that shit.
he did say.
I want to know about DJ.
He did talk.
Super
He
Korean.
did talk about when he was down and out, and the friend said, "Hey, you're a Super Koreano."
Yeah.
But tell us more. How does?
All right. It
Firstly,
all ties in.
you're a DJ.
Yeah.
Talk about a DJ. Talk about your name.
Okay. I've been like, I've been actually making like, I also make K-pop, by the way. A
Really?
famous group called Monsta X, whatever.
Yeah, and that's fucked up because he just leaked his pants.
Like I have a brother. He's like 3 years older.
Yeah.
He is a rapper and a singer and a DJ in Korea.
Sweet, man.
And it was a big influence from my brother. His group is called Crispy Crunch, by the way, on
Wait,
YouTube.
you were a big influence on his music.
Like, yeah, he's
Okay,
been
cool.
always like teaching me a lot, like showing me new stuff, like Eminem, for example.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was the one who like showed me like
Genius,
Tupac,
by the way,
yeah,
genius.
rap genius, whatever. Like,
come on.
like everything, like Tupac, like Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
or like Biggie.
Yeah.
So it was a big influence, and then I've been like starting like Googling
Yeah.
the verb, right?
Googleando.
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 Hey, cheers.
So, cheers. Okay.
Yeah, keep it that. I want to hear that story.
All right. So, when I was in high school, I was trying to do something new, and like I was always into like hip hop music, like in America, like American hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And then I suddenly thought about like, what about making my music?
Yeah.
And that started, and that's how I started. And I was making like hip hop beats. Like I used to rap, but not anymore. And I was making, and then suddenly I had a chance to like collaborate in a track, like a famous track or something, and that happened. And then when I was working in Korea, I kind of like, okay, now I think maybe I might live like a normal Korean lifestyle.
With the tie and the
Exactly, with the tie and the
shoes,
suit,
shiny
like
shoes.
tie and
Yeah.
suit. So that's how I kind of like stopped. And then when I was traveling, when I quit my job and when I started traveling, I kind of like felt like, what if I make a video and make music in each country I go to?
That's fucking awesome.
And that's actually what I did.
That's
like,
cool.
like,
That's
did that.
Not did it, but like started.
You started.
So I was like always with my GoPro. I was filming, and I have like several videos.
Did you have the first GoPro ever? Because I had the fucking first GoPro.
Really?
Fuck
I
you
had the
guys,
GoPro
dream.
4. I'm sorry.
I had
the
one. I had the
Hero 4
one.
too. I
Really?
had the
I
Hero
had
4.
the 4. I can't
I had the
lie.
4
Like
too.
yeah. So
Which
I had
is junk now.
Yeah, it is.
Compared to what
But I
they
had the 4 black. So I had
Oh,
that.
nice.
I had that, and I was like filming always. I made a video, and that happened, and that came out to be like in Facebook and stuff. And I had an opportunity to have a lecture in Korea as well.
Wow. Oh, well, I got a
And,
question.
and that happened, and
No, wait.
Well,
Finish.
actually, maybe some people might want to know too. Where can we find your music online?
you can go through like everywhere: Spotify, Amazon Music, Google
What do
Play.
I look up?
DJ Super Koreano.
Okay.
That's how you
All
find
Super.
it.
I'll check it out.
So, yeah. And also shout out to my brother, like Crispy Crunch.
Crispy
like,
Crunch.
with the
And he
crispy,
raps.
he raps,
With
and
a K
there's
or a C?
with a C.
Yo,
like,
can you
should
ask
be a
me?
K for
No,
Korea.
wait.
What is it like, obviously being an Asian American, or not even American. I mean, an
Asian.
Asian,
Just Asian. No
semi-American, because you love hip hop.
Because you speak
You
the
got
language.
the hip hop.
Hip hop for life.
Hop.
Right.
Here we go. Rap after this, motherfuckers. Rap battles.
In Asian.
Yo. No, what fucking
That's
in
not.
Asian?
That's
Yo,
the language.
The
A
three
new
of us,
language.
we're gonna do a rap battle. Let's fucking do a
No,
rap
we're not
battle.
gonna do a
I'll
rap
do it Korean. I'll do it in
get-
Korean.
You will fucking know.
I will
You
get
ought to
roasted.
practice.
I'll get toasted.
You ought to practice.
So anyway,
Yeah.
my question is,
Okay.
so what is your dating life like here? Because you mentioned in the beginning of the podcast that 5% of the reason was the
Oh
women.
yeah. Of
Yeah.
course.
Talk about that 5%.
I do get it. Yeah. I won't lie. Actually, like, I do really appreciate a lot of like customers. Actually, they kind of like write us to our Instagram and Facebook, like looking for Brandon, for example. And that really happens a lot. And there are a lot of like attractive like customers as well. But like, to be honest, like in business wise, I try to. Like, it's not even try to, like, I never like really go out with the customers.
Yeah.
But personally, my personal lifestyle, yeah, I like to party, I like to drink, even though I don't really have a lot of time to.
Yeah.
But when I go out, like, yeah, I do like at least make a friend,
Yeah.
for example, who comes to my restaurant later, which maybe I invite, or like
You ever slap a booty? No, you gotta fucking slap a
All
booty.
right,
man.
wait.
I'm talking real shit.
To be honest, like there are a lot of
Slappable booties.
like as well, and a lot of like girls who are really interested in like Asians or maybe
Yeah.
Koreans or K-pop.
Yeah.
But like, to be honest, like my personal like personally,
Preference?
I kind of like really don't like the girls who like K-pop or like, you know, Asian.
What do you like? You like reggaeton girls? Huh?
Just
fucking, you can say it. I like reggaeton.
I love
like
reggaeton.
girls.
I love
Yeah.
Latin trap. I love Bad
Don't
Bunny. I
come
love
here
J
with
Balvin.
your
I love
J Balvin. Yo, we talk. Yo, call out J Balvin on Maluma right now.
J
Say
Balvin,
what
like
he
I
was.
do really want to make a song for you. Like if you want, like
That's what- and
you
it's
know,
your
I am
made
down.
song.
If we could be that bridge, I'll be so happy.
Wait.
Oh, all right, we're doing shot.
Wait,
Shot on that note.
J Balvin, Maluma, man, Maluma. If you're watching this shit, me and you used to work out a lot for.
When you were just a little boy.
When you were a little boy for 2 years, before you were your big sex symbol self, we used to work out, and I'm going to call it right now, 2013, 2014, me and you, we used to work out at the Charlie Hotel.
Yeah.
And we used
Alright.
to talk, we just used to hang out. You be like, blah, 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 we just talk like normal. You know what I mean?
Maluma.
And now, the biggest stars in the world. Mm-hmm. And here's the
represent
thing.
Colombia.
Here's the thing. I
Representing
think
Colombia,
me-
Medellin.
super fucking DJ Koreano and Andrew the Peanut Butter motherfucking man should make a really big song.
Yeah, we should. Like.
How do we invite, me, you, Andrew, Sai, and fucking Maluma?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So back to my
Just
question.
don't forget that you worked out with Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way you got your bicep was looking at me.
Hey, cheers. I want to tell you something because it's something that stuck out, and I have a very good memory.
Okay.
That you said that you don't feel very successful, and
Yeah.
and I hope that one thing out of our friendship that you take is that I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that you are not successful. Just because you're not out of the fucking red into the black doesn't mean that you're not successful. Just because you have a restaurant that is not fucking world renowned doesn't mean that you're not
Yeah.
successful.
I mean,
And
Yeah.
I personally, as a person, and I don't know you very well, and
but you came to my restaurant.
and I've
Yeah.
I've gone to your restaurant and I've known you for
Yeah.
a limited time.
Yeah.
I believe that you are a successful person. And if I had children, honestly, if I had children, I'd be like, look at this man.
Yep.
And this is the epitome.
100%. 100%.
This is the
100%.
epitome
No.
of success
100%.
That's
because
too much. That's too
because
much.
he is doing
100%.
something that he
100%.
loves.
That's
He's
too
doing
much.
what he loves, and he's helping society.
Yep.
That is the epitome of success to
100%.
me, and that's what I strive for. And I am young. I'm older than you, and I can't speak for Joel, but I look up to people like you because I
100%.
think that you guys
Speak
are
for me.
doing something in society that is really moving society forward, and it's in another country that is not even your own country. It's my country, and I am so happy for you to be here, and
100%.
for that I thank you. And what do you guys say about that?
I mean, like, I do, like, really appreciate it. And to be honest, like, yeah, as I told you guys, like, I'm not successful, but, like,
I don't
my
believe
goal,
that.
No, like, but my goal is to be, like, really close to the point of success. Like, my definition of success is, like, happiness and, support,
Come on.
like sharing is caring, you know. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want to really establish in this society here in Medellin, at least. And that's what I'm like trying to do in my restaurant, for example, with my like people in my music, with my like friends in my like acting project, like whatever, like. I try to give, like, personally, as an Asian or Korean, I try to give like a good impact, something new to the Colombians. That like not all the Asians are chinos, you know. There is
There's diversity and
exactly. There's a Korean which has been like he's Brandon Lee, and he's been doing a lot of stuff, like, and that's what I wanted to do. Actually, that's what I wanted to do. When we were talking about business and money, like, money is not my goal, you know. Like if money was my goal, I've been like working in my company, because I was working for a really good
money.
Samsung. Shout out.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to Samsung.
Samsung,
I
Korean
used to work
company.
for that. I used to sell
So
this
you
shit.
worked for Samsung?
I used to work for Samsung in the high strategy team.
Fucking telecom?
Yeah, like
Telecom,
telecom.
son. That's me.
fucking
You worked in
Hey,
telecom.
I fucking know
She
fucking
fucking, like,
telecom.
Joe
man.
fucking knows.
Fucking yeah.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I've been working, like, I've been doing like marketing for like Galaxy S series and stuff, but I am proud, and but my goal wasn't like the repetition or the money or something. I was like seeking for my happiness,
Yeah,
and
man, for real.
which my happiness maybe collaborate with the support of the society.
Here's
And
what's
that's
here's-
what
here's-
I'm
here's
doing.
gonna happen, by the way, man.
That's what
Your
I'm doing.
collaboration. You know, I mean, we look out.
Speak at the mic.
I am fucking like my okay,
Shut up.
listen.
Where's the alarm?
Listen. We ain't nobody. And what that means is we're not anyone.
True.
We don't give a shit about fame and fucking anything
don't
that
give
comes
it.
with this.
I actually
This
hate it.
right? Andrew cares about the fame. I don't give a fuck about
I hate
you.
it. I don't
your
want people to
fame,
know who I
and your-
am.
yeah.
I honestly don't. I
No?
don't
So
like
hide
that.
your fucking. He can hide. Listen. Here's the thing. What I'm saying. I'm saying that we're foreigners here.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about it a few days ago on our last show. We're not here to get your fucking money. We're not here for anything else other than for you to realize that what we're doing right now, is to forward your cause, to forward this society. So here's the thing. My honest opinion about business in the last, I would call it 8 years. Because before that, I just worked for the fucking man. But I'm going to say this.
Now we the man.
Are we talking about like before Barranquilla or after?
Before.
Any stage.
Oh,
Any stage.
all right, cool.
Here's
Cool.
what I have to think
All right.
about. And you know what? Somebody who's a fucking multi-millionaire or whatever can call me. I'll be like, this guy doesn't fucking know what he's talking about. Here's what I think I know what I'm talking about. You're going to suffer. You're going to suffer. If you get through this thing called business without suffering, you're a fucking G. And I'd be like, yo, you just got there. You just laid your shit back. Good for you, man.
Why are you whispering?
Am I whispering? It's a fucking big microphone. Get the fuck out of your fucking. You know what? Hey, here's what I'm saying. He's fucking.
Why
fuck
are you whispering?
Did I
Like-
whisper?
Like for what?
It's like what? The quiet storm.
I don't even like sing. In my, like,
Talk to me, man.
All right, so thank you for joining the 12th episode of the Medellin podcast.
Baker's dozen. Is that 13?
Yeah, we had Sangmin,
Sangmin,
aka Brandon Lee,
aka DJ Super Koreano,
aka Oppa
Asado.
Asado.
Oppa.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Have a great day. And you know, I love you.